Hey everyone, Ronnie Chavez here. If you guys are watching this video, it means you want to watch the 360 dive roll and learn how to do it yourself. Now before learning this move, make sure you have the normal dive roll mastered as well as the safety rolls that were tutorials I filmed before this, so be sure to go check those out. I would also recommend that you have a basic front flip technique down, as that can be very beneficial for learning this move, and maybe even a front full. Not necessary, but having those motions down will definitely help you learning the 360 dive roll. Now the 360 dive roll isn't the best move for real-world parkour application, but it's still an advanced dive roll move that will teach you body control and air awareness, and even add an impressive style and trick to your list of moves. Now when learning this move, I would also strongly recommend that you learn this move in a gym or on pads, because it still can be dangerous and you can injure your neck if you're on a hard surface, even as hard as grass or things like that. But if you're super confident in your abilities, it's up to you, but again, I'm giving you a warning to learn this in as safe of an environment as possible. Make sure you know which way you feel comfortable twisting, and then you're gonna stick to that way. So for me personally, I like spinning to my left, so I'm always in all these variations, I'm going to focus on spinning that way. So the first move I want you to learn before actually attempting the 360 dive roll is actually the Arabian dive roll. It's actually a pretty easy move to do, but learning this will just help teach you the motion landing a 360 dive roll will feel. So for the Arabian dive roll, basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be throwing back almost like you're doing a backflip, but you're twisting very early and spotting the ground to just go into a normal dive roll. So to go into that, you can start low and just kind of turn and jump into a dive roll, and then slowly work your way up until you're fully jumping and doing the Arabian dive roll. So the whole idea of that move is to just get comfortable with twisting and rolling out of the twisting motion. One other variation for you to learn is a handstand rotation to roll, coming back from the way you stood up, because that's once again going to help you just get the feel of rolling from a twisting motion. Alright, now that you've practiced those variations, the next step is to really just learn the technique and commit to it. There's not a whole lot of progressions you can do in between this point, unless you have a trampoline to practice front fulls to your back or something like that. Otherwise, you're just going to have as padded of an environment as possible and go for it. Now here's the technique for doing the 360 dive roll. Now the reason I wanted you to learn have a front flip down is because for me personally, this is the technique I use. Now I know there's different variations for the 360 dive roll, but how I do it to help make sure I get past my head and still get the full spin in is starting almost like I would a front flip. So I'm gonna run up, and as I jump, I'm going to throw this arm up just like a front flip to make sure I'm getting that forward momentum. But this other arm, instead of going with it, I'm actually gonna bring it up behind me to help give some lift here, and also it'll give me extra rotation as I wrap it into the 360. So here, this is giving me the forward rotation, and this is gonna be what gives me lift and spin. So then as I do that together, I'm going to then jump up, hit that set, and then wrap into the spin. And as I'm wrapping into the spin, I also want to make sure that I'm driving my feet and hips up. This move is really hard to get your hips and feet high enough, and that's normally when people don't make it all the way around and just fold in half. So at this point, after I've done the wrap and I'm spinning around, I'm once again gonna open up to spot my landing and pull myself into the roll. Now if you feel like you're gonna come up short and not get over your head, you can kind of throw your legs out to the side so that you just end up rolling on your side instead of landing on your head and collapsing or folding in half. After you've done the dive, the 360, and you're coming in for the landing, the roll out is just like you would do a dive roll. And so after the 360, you just want to make sure you're all the way around, because otherwise if you don't get the full spin around, you could come up awkwardly on your side. You won't be able to get that smooth roll from the tuck of your back. I actually learned this trick a long time ago, but then on one mess up doing this trick, I landed on the back of my head and folded in half and injured my neck. And since then it took me a long time to relearn the 360 dive roll because it had messed up with my mind so much. And so make sure that you learn this trick safely, because I don't want you guys getting hurt. So make sure you learn this in a safe environment and you've done everything you can to prepare for this move so that you're as confident and skilled as possible as you learn this trick. So I hope you guys have enjoyed learning the 360 dive roll. Remember to be safe and to have fun in all of your training, and be sure to subscribe for more tutorials. I'm doing 3 videos a week now, tutorial Tuesdays, and then free running videos on Thursdays and Saturdays. So if you want to stay tuned with all those videos, be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.